Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I had a really profound experience this morning that I felt really driven to share with you guys. This morning, as typically is my routine, I went into my Facebook group and I was reading messages and whatnot, and a lot of people were asking me for some advice and some support and an explanation and what the heck is going on in the world and all that kind of good stuff, right? So I was picking through some messages and whatnot, and one gal was really having a particularly difficult time. So I was sharing with her the message that we need to kind of have a little bit more faith and a little bit less fear. We all know that, right? This has been preached to us time and time again. But stick with me for a second. There is more to this. So I said to her, we have to trust that this is all for us, that the planet is not working against us, that we are in a moment of time where we're all being asked to kind of take a step back. We have to reconsider what we're grateful for. We have to really look at how this is impacting all of us, not just ourselves. This is, in an earlier video, I had explained that the word coronavirus vibrates at the vibration of the 11. That's a spiritual messenger, okay? The word pandemic also vibrates at the vibration of the 11. When we add the two together, we come up with 22. So the double one energy of the number 11 is all about independent action and standing up and being a leader and stepping into your power and being a light worker and the messenger, right? But when we combine the two and we come up with the 22, we are now looking at the master builder. So I feel that the planet is kind of in a bit of a shakedown right now, and it's asking us to pause for a second. Let's rethink this. Let's come up with a new plan, okay? Because the 4 is always about a plan, coming up with a plan. So as I started looking at this a little bit more closely, I realized that this is the focus on working collectively together, not just independent action. We're talking about the number 22, 4, double 2, right? The 2 energy is all about collaboration, partnership. It's not about me, me, me. It's about us, 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 right? So it's creating that awareness that whether you believe in any of this stuff or you don't, we're all feeling it, right? We all have to consider each other. Before we go outside, it's not about whether I will catch it. It's more about if I catch it, who else am I going to put at risk, right? That's the message that's kind of coming down, which is it's a really good message when you think about it, because it's asking us to stop running, stop chasing the almighty dollar, stop chasing, everything it is you've been chasing. Maybe it's about time to kind of step back a little bit and have a moment of pause. So anyway, getting back to my moment, my really weird moment that happened to me this morning. So I'm sitting at my desk and I am typing out this message to this gal, and I'm saying, okay, so you got to be really patient right now because things are unfolding. We don't understand how or why or what's going on, but we just need to be patient. And as I was saying this, an ant crawled up on my hand and started chasing around my hand. And I'm like, oh, I'm looking outside going, it's snowing out there. It's like, I don't know, 0 degrees if it's that, right? It's cold. It's the winter. And there's an ant crawling around my hand. So I'm like, that's a messenger, okay? And I know, because I've studied this stuff, I know that the ant, in terms of what the natives' traditional beliefs are, is that the ant is all about patience. So, of course, what did I do? I went into my book, all right, which was written by Ted Andrews. It's called Medicine Cards, okay? I'm lying. It's not Ted Andrews. I'm sorry. It's Samson Carson. My mistake. So I do resort to this book quite often. And with this book, of course, came the cards. All right. So the card, see if I can show it to you, is the ant. Okay. Now I want to read this to you because I want you to really listen to this. I want you to think about the message that's here and how it applies to all of us globally, because I was a little bit blown away by it, to be perfectly honest. So this is Jamie Sams and David Carson, who wrote this book, and it's the discovery of power through the ways of the animals. Okay, so ant is all about patience, and it says, ant can carry a leaf over hundreds of miles just to get it back to the anthill. Ants in Africa will strip a forest bare when food is scarce. If it takes them a year, that's how long it takes. Ant's medicine is the strategy of patience. Ant is a builder, like the beaver. The beaver's aggressive, like the badger. and it has stamina like the elk, scrutiny like the mouse, and giveaway like turkey. So every ant in an anthill is part of the ant group mind, as all ants work for the queen ant and the hive. Self-sacrifice is part of ant medicine. Greater than ants' other medicines, however, is patience. So ant people are active, community-minded folks who see the greater future needs of their town. Ant people are planners. Remember what I said, 22.4, this is all about coming up with a different plan because we kind of screwed things up on the planet. We made a mess, we got to clean it up now and come up with a different plan. Okay, this is the theme of this message. So ant people are planners like squirrel and are content to see their dreams being built a little at a time. In today's society, that is a rare quality. Pause on that note for a second. Remember I said that words hold vibrations. Coronavirus is an 11. Pandemic is an 11. Well, the word patient is a 4. Okay, so being patient requires a step-by-step process to getting the job done. Okay, so we are all being asked to be patient right now as all of this drama unfolds around us. In the desert, one type of ant will burrow a conical hole with its apex at the bottom. The ant will cover itself and patiently wait for some unsuspecting insect to fall in. As the sand crumbles, the prey eventually falls to the bottom, only to find ants' open jaws. Patience does have its rewards. Ant people have a knowing about the sweet victory at the end of the line. There's never a concern about going without. If they are late for the opening of a sale, if what they want is sold out, they are sure that something equal or better is available. If you have ant medicine, you eat slowly and deliberately and are content in knowing that, I love this, knowing that what is yours will come to you. This knowing is good medicine. It shows a trust in the universe to provide. Huge message, guys. If ant meandered into your spread today, as it has because you're watching this video, so be rest assured if you're watching this video, you're meant to get this message. It's a time to show a little trust and patience in some life situation. You may have forgotten that you will always receive that which you need at the time you need it most. If it is not on the horizon or just around the next anthill, you may need to use some strategy. How can you put to use your power of creation until it arrives, whatever it is, whatever it means to you in this time? Ant is working for the good of the whole. Are you? If you are, be assured that the whole wants the same goodness for you and that it will be provided. Now, there's always a positive side and a contrary side to each message. So, on the contrary, if you are not observing ant medicine, it says, watch out. Here comes the sting. If you're in a hurry, you may fall prey to those who are not working for the good of the whole of humanity. Thinking about the guys selling toilet paper on eBay might be one of those. Those individuals who make greed a way of life prey on the fear and urgency of those who have forgotten natural and tribal law. It's easy money. If this warning applies to you, become aware of users and con artists. In the contrary position, it also teaches you to trust natural law. If you do, harmony always follows. Your silly impatience will bring Coyote to aid you in sabotaging your plans for the future if you allow your panic to outweigh your rational sensibilities. The key here is to honor the will of the Great Spirit so that mountains are not made of anthills. Wow, I sure hope that spoke to you because it sure spoke to me, right? That whole message. I just find it interesting that the word patient vibrates the vibration of the number 4. I'll post a picture up here to show you what I mean if you're not familiar with the Pythagorean alphabet. But through this whole journey, guys, I mean, I'm a numerologist, right? I look for the message in everything. And it is my belief that numbers are codes that can be cracked. Okay? And when we're looking at words, there are also messages within those words that can be cracked and interpreted a little differently. So there's a message in everything. And it just blows my mind. When you look at the word ant, A-N-T, vibrates the vibration of the 8. That's all about your power, right? The 8's all about power and what you can do, okay? But you can also lose your power just as quickly if you choose not to step it up. So that's it. I just want to keep this short and sweet, but it really did inspire me, and I really hope that it will inspire you to look at things a little differently. We do need to be patient during this. This is not about, us. It's about all of us, okay? It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about all of us globally. How are we going to get through this together? So what can we do for each other? But ultimately, if you have an opportunity, and I'll show the link up here as well, if you have an opportunity to watch the movie Thank You, Coronavirus, even if you just don't even want to hear that word again, even if you just don't want to talk about this stuff anymore, even if you're just up to here, I want you to watch that video. Because seriously, guys, the message in there is so brilliant, and it applies to looking at life differently. And I really believe that what's going on right now globally is asking us to shift our awareness, shift our belief systems, shift us into a place of gratitude. We have so much to be grateful for right now. If you've lost your job, that's unfortunate. We're all suffering financially right now. Every one of us is experiencing it to a certain degree, okay? But there are things to be grateful for. We've got time to spend with our families. That can be challenging for sure. How do you work through the challenges? Give some thought to that. The opportunity to connect with my senior neighbors has become present for me. I'm starting to pay more attention to their needs. They can't get out. So I don't know. I could go on and on. But there's always something to be grateful for. You always have something more than somebody else. I promise you that. If it's the fact that you don't have the virus right now, you're better off than 129,000 Americans right now. So there's a lot to be grateful for. So anyway, that's it. Sure would appreciate your comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this has inspired you in any way whatsoever to encourage people to be patient during this time, I'd really appreciate you sharing the video. And as I said, any questions, any comments, any observations, anything, post it down below. Love to hear from you guys. Hoping you're having an amazing day. Take care. Bye for now.